Blog Talk Radio.
Before you love me, you gotta respect me, baby. Before you hold me, our hearts gotta connect, baby. If you're with me, then you're with me, and you're not with no one else. And if you want me, then accept that I won't go for nothing else like that.
In a relationship, it's two being one. We come from two different paths. We gotta learn to adjust. You gotta learn to trust. I'm not the other ones that you ran from, but never talking to me is not the answer. Communication is key to unlock your heart and understand what you need. Support your hopes and dreams. Hopefully you got mine. Hopefully we can grind. Hopefully within time we can build some. When you see me walking up, do you feel some? This is more.
Hallelujah, holla back. Tunnel Vision with DJ Bika.
Hey, and Miss Vicky in the house. Miss Vicky in the house. Hello.
That was our new music, Love and Respect. It went a little longer than we wanted to, but apparently somebody out there needed to hear that song, Love and Respect. You gotta
I don't think that it was anything wrong with it. I don't think it was going too long.
All righty then, Miss Vicky, can we turn it back on then? You know what I'm saying? Because I stopped. It was only 3 minutes. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. The length of time that you had it on is fine. I think those lyrics needed to be said. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, not a problem. We'll play the rest of it at the end. All righty then. But anyway, that was Love and Respect. That's new music. That's going to be our new introduction song. It's from Elevate Your Game, a nonprofit that mentors high school students, and we just thank you them for allowing us to use their music, and give a shout out to Elevate Your Game. And going back to the song, when you listen to the message, it's very important for all you teenagers out there, for all you adults out there in a relationship. Remember, before you have any kind of sex or any kind of intimate part of the relationship, the person that you're with, remind them. I don't want to say demand. That's being too harsh, but I mean, maybe I need to just go there. You have to make sure that they love you. When they loving you, they respecting you with that love. Without that respect, that love ain't going to be nothing. How you feel about that, Miss Vicky? I just had to go there, you know.
I think that was very well said.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it was very well said, and it was needed too. Somebody needed to hear it. Doggone it, maybe I needed to hear it. Mm-hmm.
Man, and since you said that, let's add another component to that. But whoever you are, before you get into a relationship, be fair to yourself and be fair to the other person. And what I mean by that is love yourself first. Love yourself first. Let me say that again. Let me say it 3 times. Love yourself first. If you don't love yourself first, it don't matter what relationship you get into, it's going to cause a problem because you're looking for love from that person, and it's not that person's responsibility to love you. It is your responsibility to love yourself first, and then when you get in a relationship, then that other person loving you just enhances the love. But if you're going into it expecting them to help love you, it's going to cause problems. I'm not telling you something I got out of a dang book. I'm not telling you something I got out of a dang TV. I'm telling you firsthand life experience. And you can take that to the bank. All righty then. I'm on one today.
Exactly. So we want to, can I say something? We want to shout out to our sponsor. Take care of the business part first. We want to shout out to our sponsor, WEXP 88.3 and Eon H2O Water. We want to show love and appreciation for them sponsoring us to actually have a whole show. And then we also want to give our social media outlets where you can contact us. DJ Dika, can you give out our social media outlets so we can get that out of the way ahead of the game?
Yes, I wasn't ready for that. You kind of, got me off guard, but I got it.
Be ready.
Be ready. Yeah. Be
always
ready.
Be ready.
Amen. And we got that from the Word itself, called the Bible. Here we go.
But not only that, you just got to be ready, period, when you a public official too, right?
Vicky, man.
That's a rule in every arena. I don't care if you a student. I don't care if you a teacher. I don't care if you a politician, a police officer, a fireman, a lawyer. You could be an attorney.
Man.
Shoot, man, you can even just be a human being walking down the street, and you need to be ready. You need to be ready to watch your back. You need to be ready to take advantage of opportunities.
Man, you might have to duck. You might have to duck and dodge. I'm just gonna be real. Nowadays, you got to be ready to duck and dodge. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but anyway, going back to the business at hand. Contact information. I was about to give out the phone number again. No, don't give out your phone number. DivineVictoryProductions@gmail.com. Let me say it again. DivineVictoryProductions@gmail.com. And then our wonderful website, and we've been updating it lately with all our shows. And then we've been doing some things. So there's some pictures of me, right? I'm going to be honest. Some of the pictures of me. God has been using me. I've been doing some things. But anyway, so please go to our lovely website, DivineVictoryMinistries.DUDA1.com. And if you are feeling you want to be a blessing to us, we would appreciate it. We don't beg, but we're going to appreciate anything you give us, whatever. We ain't going to put no limit on it. Feel free to donate. Go to the website.
And
go ahead, Ms. P.
When you say one, you got to let them know that it's the word one.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah,
the word one. Yeah, thank you. You do that part, but now I'm gonna let you
at
do that
the
part.
end of the website, because they might just they might just go and put in numeral 1.
Yes, you're right. Well, we got to make sure we give the right information. Not tunnel vision information, the correct information. Our social media is Facebook, Divine Victory Ministries. The D, the V, and the M is capitalized. And our Twitter is DVM capitalized 418. And Instagram, Divine Victory Ministries, all small letters. And I want to go back up to this Facebook situation here. I have to say it every show because it's important. There's more than one Divine Victory Ministries. So you make sure when you go to our Facebook page, you look. We also have a group page. You look for the one that says Community, the Divine Victory Ministries with the key in it, because there is another Divine Victory Ministries. And I just need to add, this happened 2 weeks ago, ladies and gentlemen. We want people to hit us up, right? Well, we got hit up by somebody, I do believe, in Africa. And we'd be happy about that, right? Okay, no. I happened to read it. I passed it on, and then somebody else, a family member, had to bring it to our attention that somebody was talking about us in a negative way. So then I went to it, and I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. And I had posted a post about an event that I'm going to, and I thought he was talking about that. What's the problem? You don't want nobody to talk about inclusion or diversity? What's wrong? No. He had a problem with the fact that it was Divine Victory Ministries. I don't have nothing to do with that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Bye, Felicia. I nicely texted him back and said, "What? Help me out. What?
You didn't tell them that his name was similar to ours, and that was the problem. His problem
that was what
was
it is.
The name.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that?
No, because I texted him back and said that's been our name. Yeah,
but the problem was that his name was similar to our name. That was the problem.
Oh, he didn't like that. and he didn't like that.
Yeah.
And I let him know
Yeah.
nicely. I apologize that he have an issue with it, but this has been our name for the last 5 years, and when we looked it up, it was okay to have. But you enjoy your day. You have a wonderful day, and we haven't heard from him yet. Thank you very much. But anyway, moving right along. So let's get into our topic. Miss Vicki, you wanted to tell them about our show. How long we gonna be doing our show? You want to give that public announcement?
Okay, so this is gonna be the last time, at least. Well, starting next Sunday, we will start back having an hour show. Today we are having a 30-minute show. So I'm not gonna say it's the last time we're gonna have a 30-minute show, but we're gonna say, moving forward, we're going to have an hour show. If we switch up and do 30 minutes, we will let you know. But we love sharing with you all every Sunday, no matter if it's 30 minutes or an hour. So
and that is so true.
We will be sharing an hour next week.
We could do 30 minutes. We could do 15. But I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real, true, real talk. I'm enjoying this hour. And to think that I didn't think we was going to be able to do an hour. But since we've been doing it, man, and we got fans out there. It ain't just me talking. We got fans out there. It was like they all into it. And by the time they get into it, we got to go. So we'll be back to an hour. Thank you, fans. Okay, let's move on. Next, what else we going to talk about? Oh, goodness. Let's talk about. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Look at here. We're not going to go back and forth about who's going to go first, second, third. Okay, fine. Let's talk about social issues in the media. Can we talk about that, Ms. Vicki?
Of course. That's great. That's exactly what I want to talk about. When we say social issues in the media, we're talking about in TV programs that come on, and we want to talk about how these wonderful producers and writers are touching on social issues that we actually can learn something from, or just bring it to our attention. We realize that the awareness is there and the education is there as well, and even some empowerment moments as well. So that's what Divine Victory is about. Those three keys that I mentioned just now: awareness, education, and empowerment. And we just wanted to talk about the different shows, and our great source is Oprah Winfrey OWN Network, OWN as in OWN, and her network has some wonderful programs that come on that we've been following, and I believe the producer of I don't know if all of them, but some of them is Tyler Perry. So we had did a calendar, 2019 calendar, that has been circulating in different arenas, different places, different homes. And in the calendar, we touched on some things that she talked about. That those shows talked about, said she. Because I'm focusing on Oprah.
Okay, I got you. Oprah is, number one. You're number one fan of Oprah. Usually it'd be me, but now you've been like, really? Since we've been watching the shows, Oprah. I know she's happy. We talking about her. But before we go on to talking about this, my bad. You making it seem like I'm telling a story.
You have a mouthpiece, so you just use yours a little bit more than me. So it seemed like that you loved her more, but no, I just didn't express
and I love you
as
too.
much as you. Yeah,
and I love you too. Thank you for sharing. All righty then. Okay, and that's why the show is Tunnel Vision, because we can have two different perspectives and be on the same page, same show. It'd be like, huh? Okay, I got you. Tunnel Vision, alive and well. So before we get into the subject matter that we're trying to get into, we just want to tell Ms. Vicki, the calendar, before we get into the calendar, was made up of who? Let's tell them real quickly about that. Who was the calendar made of?
I wish you would have just said it instead of asking me to do it. But anyway,
oh my goodness, never mind.
We did a domestic violence calendar.
Yes.
And the purpose of that calendar, which we discussed it in our bio and the intro of our show, But the calendar was made so that we can raise money for individuals transitioning out of a domestic violence situation to help bridge the gap. So whatever issues, like most usually financial issues that they accrue, we were selling the calendars we are shooting for, and we're still doing it, raising money so that we can help bridge that gap for them through selling the calendars. So, that's what it is. And we have all kind of domestic violence tools and stories and things like that, people's testimonies in the calendar. And on one of the pages, which is September 2019 month, we have the different shows. What did we call it? TV show. It was DVM Awareness Moment. And the shows, we put it under TV shows, domestic violence scenes. So we have different shows in there where we highlighted domestic violence situations. So that's what we want to talk about.
Hold that thought. I'm gonna let you talk, but I just want to go back to what you said about you wish I would have did it. But Miss Vicky, you said I was a mouthpiece. So I need to rest my mouthpiece, and I want to let you talk because you talk so eloquently. So that's why I wanted you to do it. Now, let's go back to it.
Well, thank you very much.
Divine Victory Awareness Moment TV shows, domestic violence scenes. Okay.
So the first one we're going to talk about is Greenleaf. We're going to talk about
ahead.
Greenleaf first. And so Greenleaf is a show that's the setting is a Christian family and their ministry. Like the family is like the pillars of that ministry. Like they started that ministry. I think the husband and wife started it, or anyway, they're the pastors of the ministry. And so it's talking about the different things that is going on in their life and how they live day to day. So there's a scene that we highlighted where it was domestic violence. And the title of that scene was "How Much Danger is Zora In?" And Zora is the granddaughter of I think he was a bishop.
Bishop.
Is he a bishop?
Yes, he is.
Okay, yeah.
Yes,
so
he
the
is.
pastor of the church is a bishop, and then his wife was the first lady. So the granddaughter of the bishop and first lady is Zora. So it says in Scene 2, Episode 214, African-American teenage, Fernell, preacher's kid. I don't know why it says Fernell. Is that right?
It's okay.
Anyway. Anyway, it's saying, I guess it is. I'm just mixed up with the names. I don't remember names in the movies. So in this particular show, I don't remember the name. But anyway, because what it is Zora is also a PK.
And Isaiah.
Because her father is a minister. And so, and then also, so anyway, we're talking about Zora, and she's the one that's linked to this family. And she ended up in a domestic violence situation. She was being physically abused by her boyfriend, and her boyfriend was somebody she went to school with, and he ended up being he was a singer or something? He was an entertainer.
Yeah, they didn't go to school together, but he was an entertainer, and they hooked up. And I just want to add, as Vicky was saying about the show, is based on church family and what they go through. So my point is, church people go through things just like everybody else, and their family was affected by domestic violence. Okay, continue.
And I would just want to highlight, I apologize, you all, for mispronouncing the name Fernell, because I actually am using my reading glasses that are very cheap, and my real glasses are not in reach right now. So just bear with me. I can't see the words that good, so I'm trying my best. But anyway,
thank you. Thank you for having confession. Thank you for the confession. Okay.
But one thing that I just wanted to say about this situation is that a lot of times ministers are so caught up in their ministry that they don't give their children the time that they need because
Silky.
In this situation, in this scenario, Zora had a lot of freedoms to do. She kind of like got away with a lot of stuff. Like Zora was a PK, but she was doing all kind of stuff. She was smoking weed. And the church was on a whole ground. They had so much land. Cause I'm trying to think, where is Greenleaf Church? Where's that church? Is it in the
show
South?
Is the yeah, but the show is called Greenleaf. The church is not, but yes, in the South. I can't tell you where the area, but we will get back to you and tell you where the show.
Well, I'm saying that
is
the Greenleaf Church. I'm saying the movie, the show. So I'm saying where's the church located because it's located I believe it's in the South. And
yes, it is.
The land that the church is on, they live on that land as well. Like it's like they have a whole lot of land, and the church is there, and the family lives on that land as well, and they own that land. That's the point I'm trying to make. And I'm saying that she would sneak off. Zora would sneak off from from church or different things that was going on, and she'll go and be smoking weed. And I mean, it wasn't just school; it was church too. She was sneaking around doing stuff that she didn't have no business doing. And then and so that's how she ended up even hooking up with that guy. Hooking up with that boy, and so because her parents wasn't really, giving, they trusted that she knew better. And see, this is kind of like one of them situations, because let me stop, because I'm actually putting the blame on the parents. That's the thing that I want to get away from. And I'm not saying that the parents it's not their responsibility to keep up with the child, but I'm saying like they thinking that the daughter is doing well in school. They thinking that she has a good head on her shoulder. She's been going to church all her life. She goes to Bible study. She don't just go to Sunday service. She go to Bible study. She's active, like she's doing all these different things. But however, she's sneaking off with little boys and smoking weed on the property. And
and we know what they say about preacher kids.
How she ended up, getting introduced to that type of lifestyle, we don't know. That's kind of like a hidden message, or they haven't touched on it yet. But I'm just saying that, that's something that's going on in the churches, in a lot of churches. That's what's going on. And
some
because I know one of the questions.
Talk about it.
Because I know one of the questions that I have, and a few other parents that I've talked to have, is that, it's been very difficult for us parents that raise our children in church. And then once the children become a young adult, like once they get to the age of 18, 19, they feel like, they start swaying away. Like they don't want to go anymore. Now, there are some that continue to go, but a lot of them, they start swaying away. They stop going to church. Matter of fact, they don't even want to go. And then you wonder why. Is there some examples they've seen? Like, what's going on? So I won't touch on that part, but I'm just saying that in the movie Greenleaf, they highlighted that. They highlighted how, she was brought up in a good upbringing. Matter of fact, they had money. They were like, I think they were high class. It wasn't even middle class. Like they came up in wealth, so, all the different things, the resources were there, she didn't have a learning disability or anything like that. So it wasn't like they didn't tap into those type of resources. It was like I think she was a pretty smart kid in school coming up. She wasn't struggling with her grades. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, like, we don't never know what that. A lot of times, I don't want to say never. A lot of times we don't know what that looks like when a child starts going off into another direction, because a lot of times they're the ones that make the choice. Do you have anything
I just want to chime in.
DJ Dika?
Yeah. Yes, it is the children's choice, but depending how you're being raised, sometimes some children, I'm speaking from experience. I'm not a preacher's kid, but I'm a grand preacher kid. We just want to do our thing. We don't want to be up under our parents or whatever. And I'm not saying that it's okay for when we rebel or do what we want to do, but the reality is reality. We want to be free. I just want to be free, man. I just want to be free. And basically that's what Zora was going through. And, you know, her parents were into the church, and there's nothing wrong with that. And they were kind of strict, and she wanted to, you know, kind of get up under that. And it caused her to make a not good decision and hook up with a boy. And I think, you know, some of it might have been because he was an entertainer and he gave her some attention, but he was
popular.
Yes, and he was also kicking it with other girls, though. She had to find that out later.
And he wasn't bad looking, actually. He was cute too.
Oh, that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah, that part. But it kind of goes back to what we said at the beginning of the show. Love and respect, you got to love yourself first. So, obviously, Zoa was having a few issues, right, where she, you know,
self-esteem.
Self-esteem. And when he came along, he kind of helped her self-esteem. And sometimes some of us go through that. As soon as a man gives us attention, we be like, oh, man, he gave me some attention. And then we forget about not loving ourselves. So we going to leave it right there. This has been an interesting conversation. And we got 3 more minutes, Miss Vicki. So
well,
do we
I
want to
leave it right there, but I just wanted to say one more thing because we do have a few minutes, and usually you use those last minutes to give the social media, and we already did that. So can I say something? So I'm saying
like
that,
I would say no. Come on. Go ahead.
So, as far as her, you know, she did make the decision to. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. She did make the decision to hang out with the little boy because maybe she did have a little boy. Well, he was a little boy to me, but yeah, he was a minor. They was both still in high school. But you know,
but you could have said young adult.
I think because she was trying to be hip also, because it was more. Even though she may have had low self-esteem when it got to the point where he became abusive, but before he became abusive, she was trying to be a shot caller because remember she had money, so that gave her a little clout. She was trying to be a shot caller around her friends. Because even when her cousin had came and moved down there, she was trying to introduce her to that lifestyle. And her cousin was like, I ain't into all that. You know, like she wasn't really feeling it. But so sometimes these kids be, you know, they be trying to be fast or grown, and then they find themselves in a situation as well. So, you know, I think that's what happened with her as well. You know, sometimes they just want to, like you said, they want to do what they want to do. But at the same time, she was trying to be a shot caller because she, you know, the position she was in. And we have to really be careful with our kids when it comes to stuff like that. But we going to continue this conversation. Next week, we're going to do an hour. And we're going to continue talking about social issues that are in the media vehicle. That, you know, how we can pull from it and learn from it and recognize some things that may be going on in our own families or, you know, what have you. But how you feel about that, DJ Dika?
I'm loving it. And we got a little bit more time. And I want to go back to our song. I want to finish out our song. Can we do that? Can we say our hallelujah?
Go right ahead.
Next week.
Go right ahead. Peace out. We love y'all. We
love
talk
and
to you
respect.
next week. Stay safe.
Before you love me, you gotta respect me, baby. Before you hold me, our hearts got
relationship is two being one. We come from two different paths. We gotta learn to adjust. You gotta learn to